Patty, what you doing in here? What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is the best conversation on the entire internet. I mean, search high, search low, no matter where you may go. You will not find a better show. I promise. Or maybe that's my ego speaking. But the reason why I feel that way is because of all of you wonderful people who join the Den each and every night, except for Saturday nights. Got a very interesting topic today. Let it go, Lizzo. We'll get into that. Got a couple of videos I'm gonna go over. I don't have a whole lot of violence. I don't know if I need to put up the viewer discretion screen, but I'm sure there's some wokey woke stuff that'll trigger. It's some non-contextual stuff going on. But yeah, make sure you're following all the proper social medias listed down below. Let's see what we got joining us, and then let's get into it. Let's get into it, my friend. Coltrane, aka the Don of the Discord. What's the motherfucking deal? Jason S., our resident guitarist, you know, the Den Show cover band leading man. The lovely Miss Kay Grace joining us this evening. The lovely Miss Sarah Lou, how are you doing this evening, ma'am? Infinity, the reformed pimp. Yes, Bill Burr is the GOAT. A lot of niggas not familiar with Bill Burr, which is weird to me, but hey, their loss. What's going on? Trixie McFly, you're early, and I know you say that thing down here. You say you gotta go. All right, well, you know, do your thing, get you some rest, ma'am. Scottbot in the house, even though I just kicked you out the office. All good. Broderick, I'll never be a mod. Brooks in the house, or maybe Broderick, I bathe in bourbon barbecue sauce. Brooks, how about that? 17. What's the motherfucking deal? Protege. Let's see. The lovely Miss D the Gamma, how are you doing this evening, ma'am? Giant Mess, what's the motherfucking deal? Rob Myers, what's the motherfucking deal? Heidi. Bruh Lee. Of course you would show up here for a Lizzo top Leonardo. One of the Ninja Turtles, not DiCaprio or Da Vinci. Bruh Lee, what's the motherfucking deal? So let's get into it. As I sip my, what is this? Turmeric Bliss. Don't go Googling that shit. They don't sponsor them. I gotta start cleaning the Den up. Maybe I'll get a sponsor one day. They'll be like, you cuss too much. So I'd have to find something real off the wall ass shit. Are you fucking with the Apex? Okay. Let me see. Make sure I ain't missed nobody. If I missed you, I ain't this year. Let's get into it. Are we on subscriber only chat tonight? I think. Oh, John from New York, man. I apologize. I missed you. I was reading the thing. Shout out to John from New York, my favorite New Yorker. Let's get into it. Oh shit, the cookies is ready, dog. So came across a crazy story. I did want to share with y'all before we get into all the wild videos. Maybe, I don't know, this might be a milder wild night, right? You know, I'd be dipping and dashing for high price fashion. You know, you ain't never heard. And so I came across this, right? I always find stories like this very intriguing. Let me pull that shit up if I fucking can get it. Let me close that off too. And well, I got a bunch to talk about Lizzo when we get to that. I'm gonna try to make it fast. We can open up the Denline and all that good stuff. Y'all call in and share your thoughts. We're also gonna talk about Dr. Dre and the Double Standard, the Dr. Dre Double Standard, right? Because something interesting came up that I was not familiar with. You know, I don't really be giving a shit about the celebrities, but sometimes these situations create points that we can speak on that we can apply in day-to-day life. So we'll get to that. Boop, boop. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. All right, this right here, I found this very interesting, right? Wow. Chesterfield 7-Eleven employee charged with assault after a fight with a DoorDash driver, right? So immediately when I saw this, y'all know what I thought. Niggas. But not the case. Not the case at all. Check this out. And kind of get into the story here. I thought it was actually kind of a wild thing, and I'm telling you, this if I could get into it more, but I'd fuck around, probably getting myself deactivated from DoorDash, I probably would.
Now, we did reach out to 7-Eleven's corporate headquarters to see if they had any
assault in Chesterfield after a fight involving a DoorDash driver. The entire altercation caught on camera, the employees seen yelling and pushing the driver in this video. 8 News reporter Talia Cunningham joins us live from the convenience store on Hull Street Road with a story you'll only see on 8. Talia.
All right, and y'all gotta understand, right? Y'all gotta understand why. Y'all gotta understand why I thought this was involving black folks. 'Cause any news story, like if you pay attention to like news stories, and tell me if I'm wrong. If you believe I'm wrong in the chat, let me know. But they always put out the reporters that match the race of the culprits. Like, maybe I'm tripping, but it always seems that way. So if some niggas up to some shit, they finna send a black woman or a structurally weak-wristed black man out there to cover the situation. Usually if it's white, they send some white folks out there. And then if it's usually Hispanic, they send like a Hispanic woman. I barely ever see Hispanic dudes on the news. There was that one in Houston, but I'm not even gonna get into that. So back to where we were.
Hey, Deanna, good evening. Well, Brandy Boulware tells me she's been working for DoorDash since 2019, and something like this has never happened before. She tells me Friday morning she was actually at this 7-Eleven picking up an order when things took a violent turn, and she pulled out her phone for proof.
Look at her in my face. Get out of my store. Stop touching me. Get out of my store. Look at this.
Shock. Like complete shock.
Brandy Boulware, a DoorDash driver, still processing the shocking video she captured on her cell phone last week at the 7-Eleven on Hull Street Road.
You cannot put your hands on me.
Video shows fellow workers physically restraining the 7-Eleven employee who Chesterfield police have identified as 60-year-old Rebecca Surowich.
I started recording her, then she attacked me 3 more times. She tried to snatch my phone out of my hand. She grabbed the bag that was in my hand from around my wrist and put a bruise on my palm.
Boulware says she logged on to DoorDash that morning, which directed her to pick up an order at 7-Eleven. She says an employee handed her the order and she walked out. That's when Surowich flagged her car down, yelling that she stole the order.
She accused me of taking a DoorDash order out the back of their shelf, and I didn't. And I didn't. She gave me the DoorDash order. You're not gonna yell at me.
Kept saying that I was stealing the order, even though that the lady had given me the order was right there.
Boulware says she went back inside to resolve the issue and point out the employee who handed over the order. In the video, you can hear another employee confirm it twice.
Look at her in my... No.
Boulware says she refused to leave until police arrived.
I'm not just gonna leave after she attacks me. I'm not. Can you understand where I'm coming from? Nobody has attacked you.
The single mother telling me other than being banned from that store location, there's been no further communication with 7-Eleven.
Now I'm banned for getting attacked.
Nobody attacked. No. Please come on. Y'all all saw this, right?
Now, we did reach out to 7-Eleven's corporate headquarters to see if they had any comment on this incident, as well as letting us know the employment status of Surowich, but did not get any response back. However, today I walked into those doors at the 7-Eleven behind me and she was ringing up customers. I asked for her side of the story and she told me, quote, she doesn't have any comment and that she can't talk to media. We're live in Chesterfield tonight. Talia Cunningham, 8 News.
All right, so And that's funny as shit. It's kind of fucked up, but it's kind of funny. The bitch got banned and beat up, banned, and berated. And the other chicks are still working. Ain't nobody assaulted you, slap. There's a lot of bees in that. Brandy Bulwer, berated, banned, and beat up. I'll be honest. I got questions about Bulwer. She probably had a sketchy look about her. She looked dangerous. She put on her nicest shirt to do that interview, so she looked like home. She didn't put any of her crazy makeup on. I guarantee she's a crazy makeup wearing person. How do I know? I know. I sense it. I can sense it through the thing. What the hell is this? Home healthcare nursing shortage. Let me fill in then, buddy. But I think they said something about this is dope. Something about old gal did. Oh, see, now they didn't say this on the thing, right? So I didn't read this article at all. Look at my face. I'll tell you, can't put your hands on me. Surowitz respond by pushing the dash phone. You gotta get out of my store. Bower shouts on video. She accused me of taking a DoorDash order. She gave me the order and pointed to another employee. Bulwer admitted that in the midst of the incident, she pushed over a display to try to get the woman from making contact. That's why you got your ass banned. She refused to leave the 7-Eleven until police arrived. Dumbass, just leave the scene. So she's still dashing in the Chesterfield area. She's going to be famous. It's going to be super funny, but somebody's going to recognize her from the news. Oh, that was you. It's Brandy Bulwer. Oh, I felt so bad for you. I saw you on that article. Oh, I can't believe they did you like that. And they banned you? Oh, okay. Well, you're a single mom. I got something for you. But that's how it works. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe she might get lucky and said, I can't go to a store right near my house that I've been going to for 15 years. I'm banned for getting attacked. Yeah, but like I said, I think there was an update, right? So it says charged with assault after fight with DoorDash driver, but they didn't, I don't know if maybe I skipped it over. I don't see anything where it says she actually got charged. There's a bunch of kids in masks. Anywho, that was lovely. Let's get to some crazy videos. Let's see what we got. Wokety woke. If you feel bad for Brandy Bulwer getting beaten, berated, and banned, drop a 1 in the chat, quick poll. And if you don't feel bad for Brandy Bulwer getting beaten, berated, and banned, drop a 0 in the chat. Shout out to Trill. I seen you slid in here. I don't know how many times Broderick's gonna keep saying yo. That's a weird thing. I think he went to New York and then, you know, there's a thing. Now the lovely Miss Shonda joining us this evening. How are you? What's going on? Lizzo stage dive and kill someone. I don't know why that's believable. That is believable. She's a disgrace, and I'm gonna get into why. You could do it just so much better that she chose it. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's see. How are we gonna start out? Now, like I said, I've got very little violence. Oh, but the violence I do have is kind of good. It is kind of good. And then make sure I bring this up because I do want to talk about this thing. All right, we're gonna talk about that Dr. Dre thing again. Let's see what we got here. See, there's a 2-part of this one. I could not get the proper video to one of these, but got a bunch of wokety woke shit. Actually, I got a whole bunch of wokety woke shit. Let's get into it. Let's run through it, and then we'll talk about Lizzo, right?
I think gender reveal parties are pretty bizarre because you're just revealing your baby's genitals to the world, and that's like really intrusive for a little baby. Plus, it's really a sex reveal party, not a gender reveal party, because gender is not dictated purely by a baby's genitals, but you don't know a baby's gender when it's not born yet. So it's just like a very complicated situation, and most often, especially with trans people, these gender reveal parties are just blatantly wrong. Like, if someone had a gender reveal party for me and told me, and said I was a girl, nope, I'm gender fluid. You are just... I think gender reveal parties are pretty bizarre.
This is where we are in life. So here's my thing. Like, I agree with the very first part about it. Like, I do think gender reveal parties are really fucking weird. Like, just get the fucking, what's that, sonogram, find out what it is, and go buy the shit you need and move on. Send out your cards, have the baby shower, keep it pushing, right? But all the rest of the shit she starts getting into, makes no sense. And they got, what is this like wait. So there's this is a TikTok, LGBTQ TikTok. They got just their own brand. They like sharing these things. And this person's name is Luker, Duker, Pooker, Wooker. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's odd stuff. That's just the side of insanity just from that screen name. But like, that's what I say, like, when you wake up and make everything, you reel everything through the sexual nature of everything, right? It's super strange to me. It's a baby, it's a boy or a girl. Nobody's thinking about genders. Everybody's thinking about pink and blue. That's about it. Like, nobody's really thinking about all the rest of the shit. Like, that's some shit the kid got to deal with way down the line, right? But see, this is where I say, like, these people have these we're just going to let the baby kid decide. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to influence. That's where we started fucking up. I think it was chopping up with Woke Hey Talks the other day, and just saying, about how people way back in the day used to, like, if your dad was a damn blacksmith, right? Well, what did he do? He raised the children up as, apprentices, blacksmiths or whatever. And, ooh, them cookies ready, baby. And, they had a skill. They were able to carry on the family name. They were, like, proud of that. You know what I mean? That was something to be proud of. That was something to be proud of, right? It was something like you carried on the family name. You took pride in those things. Now, it's like, might as well just start leaving babies like that one baby we watched a couple of weeks back, which just left the baby on the floor in the mall. Let the baby just figure it out. Let it fend for itself. Let it just figure it out. If it survives, it was meant to be, right? Or maybe we should do like, we should do like Sparta, maybe we wouldn't have some of these weird problems. Anyway, hold on one second. I gotta go obtain these cookies real quick. Give me like 34 seconds. I'll be back. If I take more than 34 seconds, then wait 35 seconds.
I think gender reveal parties are pretty.
Shut up, bitch. How long was that? Did I take more than 34 seconds? Did anybody keep count? If you didn't, shame on you. If you did, shame on you. The hell do you think this is? So yeah, weird shit there. Next video. I wish I could get the other. I'm gonna try to get the other one of this before the stream is over with. Maybe we take calls. I'll try to dig in the archive, see what I could do. This is a teacher. Would you like to have this person as your teacher? Let me know.
Guys, I messed up. So I had a kid on Monday. They said their pronouns were she, her. Then on Wednesday, yesterday, they came to me and they said, you know what? My pronouns are they, them. I want you in the class to use they, them. Okay, cool, great. They come to class today. There's names on desks in groups for assigned seats. They can't find theirs because I guess my first class knocked it off. So I go to the class. Hey, is she in anyone's group? Does anyone see her name? It took me 5 minutes to realize what I did. So someone asked a question yesterday, what do you do when you mess up? Well, we all mess up. So what I did when they were sitting by themselves, I approached them and said, I screwed up, didn't I? And they said, yep. And I said, I am so sorry. That is completely 100% my fault. I apologize. I will not get it wrong moving forward. Please know I heard you when you told me your pronouns and I will get it right. That was totally my bad. I apologize. So that's what you do. You own it. You apologize. They You know, they were happy that I came over to them. They were disappointed in me. I just saw the look of disappointment, and I was just like so disappointed in myself. But we just get better. We learn, we grow, get better. I will not F it up again.
That could have like been a solid 5 minutes of teaching kids. So, how many facts? Like, how much could you learn in 5 minutes instead of worrying about little stuff like that? Like, again, to me, it's a very self-centered thing. Like, to think that the whole world who has been, let's just look at it through their lens, has been preconditioned to think a certain way is going to stop just to figure you out and appease you, right? You're more important than the entire rest of the world. You know, people make mistakes, you just got to live with it. You know, so it is what it is. Well, like I say, this person seems like a nice person, just misdirected. But there's another video, like I said, I really want to get it, and I can't quite get it, but start this person. If I can, I'll get my hands on it. While we're talking teachers.
Hey y'all, let me introduce you to our non-binary alpaca. The kids voted on a gender-neutral name, Alex, for them. Alex was there to help me during the really quiet moments when nobody would talk during virtual learning. Yes, they were so quiet! But then I also took it as an opportunity to teach my students about how to respect people's pronouns. Did Alex ever get misgendered? Yes. But then it opened up some teachable moments about what to do when that would happen. For example, hey Mr. Vung, did he just wake up from his nap? Oh, do you mean did they wake up from their nap? Yeah, they just did. I would apologize quickly, make the correction, and move on. I started off modeling how to correct somebody, and then afterwards my students would correct each other whenever somebody would misgender Alex here. Representation in the classroom matters. My kids were 5th graders, and they still got a kick out of Alex. Oh yes, and here's Alex's friend, Lincoln the Llama, who goes by pronouns he, him. At first, my students thought that he had very feminine features, so they thought that he was a girl. And this is why we should never assume somebody's gender just based on what they look like. Alright, Lincoln, say something. Hello. My students were really surprised how low his voice sounded. Don't assume. Hey y'all, let me introduce you to our
This is where we are in society. Like, we were supposed to have flying cars by now. Like, we were supposed to be, like, I guess, independent of what, like fossil fuels. We were supposed to be all riding in, yeah, we're supposed to be flying like the Jetsons and shit. When was the Jetsons? We failed the Jetsons. Because I think Jetsons was probably supposed to be, where did they live? Were they supposed to be in like 2020? I see what you did there, Delta Echo Golf. This is, you notice the type of people that are teaching this, right? No straight female teacher who's probably getting piped down at home is pushing this shit at all. It's those lonely, weird ones. Appreciate the love, strong and grand. The society is rooted in hypocrisy, selfishness, ridiculous, and narcissism will not let, oh no. I feel like the ground is crumbling under me when I walk. I'm just moving around in society today. It's unfortunate, right? Because, like I said, I got respect for everybody. Like, I don't get it wrong, because I'm saying the things I'm saying. I'm just out in public saying crazy stuff. I speak to people. I'm very polite. I'm probably one of the nicest people you will ever meet in public. I can kind of flip the script a little bit, just certain things and can trigger me. I get triggered. I'm probably one of the most polite people you'll ever meet. Like, I make it a habit to be overly polite. I've said this before. Overly polite, overly respectful. So that way I feel like if you cross a certain boundary, you cross a certain line, I did my best, right? But there's a point where I'm not going to go so far out of my way to do some things that go against my own personal beliefs, right? You look like a dude, I'm saying, hey, dude. I say, yes, ma'am. no ma'am, yes sir, no sir to people. I don't care how, oriented you look. It's just what I do. It's a habit. It's a Southern thing, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to stick with it. I'm not going to lose. I'm not going to stop doing that. Matter of fact, being polite, I had a very nice conversation today with the geophysicist. I thought that was pretty cool. I had an order I delivered earlier, and I just took the time just to have a conversation. And it was dope. It was real dope. But again, like, this is time that you could be used to actually be teaching kids. Kids out here worried about the Rona propaganda, and you're over teaching, oh, you called him a him. You called it a him. Shame on you. Like, then this is how indoctrination works, though, right? Because if you notice what he said that first I'd correct him, then it got to the point where the other kids would start correcting each other, right? It's like that monkey experiment. That monkeys where they talk about the fucking the ladder would shock people or whatever, or the monkeys, and then, or it would shock the whole cage every time somebody would go to try to get the banana. And we got to the point where the monkeys just, anytime a new monkey came in and didn't know what was going on, would just start yanking the monkey down, and then they would replace the monkeys, and another monkey would yank the monkey down, and then the monkeys who were not originally there to even get shocked would just be yanking the monkey down because that's what they were taught to do, by the other monkeys. Just the social, what's the word? No, that's not social construct. But yeah, that's just the way they structured it, right? So that's kind of where they go, man. See, the reason why y'all are not winning with the bot is because y'all are using the wrong pronouns with the bot. So it doesn't go by bot, it goes by it that. Fucking corny, and I fucking love it. Let's get these llamas in. That second llama did have some very feminine features. Let's get all the woke stuff out the way, get a little violence, and then we're going to get into the Lizzo thing and get the lines open. I want to talk to you, Den folk. I like talking to y'all. Now we got a line that kind of plays by the rules.
Sexuality. Today's sexuality is trixic. Now, trixic is actually quite complex, especially since it's a new term. The basic definition is a non-binary person, no matter their orientation, who is attracted to women. But it's not always an exclusive attraction. The opposite of trixic is toric, which is the same thing except attraction to men. Now, someone who is trixic can also identify as a non-binary lesbian or feminomoric, though feminomoric is an exclusive attraction to females, the opposite of which is viramoric. The reason trixic or toric is so new is because the term non-binary is so new. It's also the reason why it's not very well known. Trixic flag contains the colors yellow, pink, magenta, and purple. The toric flag contains the colors purple, lighter purple, blue, green, and dark green. I hope you guys learned something and have a wonderful day. Welcome back to What's That Sexuality? Today's sexuality.
I learned that America's going to hell with gasoline draws on. I think that dog was taking a shit on that Trixie's bed. This is where we're at, right? We gotta start coming up with new terminologies that mean shit that has been defined for decades, right? Like shit that's been, like women. So a person like this is like straight or you're gay, right? I mean, that's basically what it is. Or you're out there playing ball with everybody. Oh, it is what it is, man. It's super crazy. I don't understand it, but this gets people attention, right? And again, there's certain telltale signs. Crazy colored hair usually tends to be something, right? We talk about, I don't see any piercings on this, but we talk about the piercing, we talk about certain tattoos, we just talk about certain behavior. There's some that blend very well that you have no idea, at all. So here we are. I mean, this is what it is. This is where we go. I don't know what's going on right now. Right? So I hope y'all enjoyed that. I hope y'all learned something. If you didn't learn, then you're a bigot. And you're bigoted against llamas and alpacas. Uh, oh yeah. Put that in the folder. Put that in the folder. No, that's the one we're using. Can't put that one in yet. Put that in the folder. Put that alpaca in the folder. I'll save the violence for like, I got too little.
How we live in a world that makes fun of guys who cry, but 80% of suicides are guys.
Okay, this one's for dudes. And this is a perfect example why feminism is beneficial for men. All of you think feminism is hating men. It's not. It's about taking down patriarchy and its oppressive norms. Even though men are the ones who benefit from patriarchy the most, they're still victimized to an extent. You can think of it as misogyny being a two-way street. Patriarchy tells men they shouldn't be vulnerable or show emotions. It uses misogyny to label those things as feminine things. So when men get vulnerable or emotional, they're criticized, made fun of, told to be a man, not to act like a woman. That's toxic as fuck for men. Because men end up bottling up their emotions. They have nowhere to seek help for. And they don't know how to deal with these emotions. Patriarchy oppresses all of us. Some more than others, yes. But all of us. So men needs to be a feminist also for their own sake.
Guys, obviously ESL. And this is what he chooses to learn. A weird Al spank a bitch over here. Nails, that's another telltale sign. Right. I don't think anything he said is true. Right? I don't think anything he said is true. It's just that men's groups where men can actually interact and have these things have been labeled a certain way, have been criticized, have been demeaned, by the femmes. I don't think that's true. When men have issues, you speak about those things. And again, maybe in the olden days, there was certain stuff like, cry about the little bitch ass, fucking talk about feelings hurt that, but real emotions, there's groups and there's things for that. Like when you're going through some real life changing action, there's several groups. There's nothing saying that you cannot talk about that shit. When you're over there talking about I chipped a nail, I didn't get the job, and you're crying about like some bullshit, nobody, dog, toughen up. You're not gonna fucking die from that. Like you shouldn't be that emotionally overwhelmed with like minor things like that, right? Nobody ever told somebody who lost somebody or something, you can't cry. Oh, you die, you bitch. What are you crying for? Everybody dies. Like nobody does that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe that. But I think that men need to be a pillar of some sort. Because if everybody's out here crying and bitchy over everything, then we are in trouble. But hey, it is what it is. This is white feminism is for everybody. I have more vodka. Come over. I am feminist. All right. I got this thing. I think, I don't know if you believe in reincarnation, whatever, right? This thing is no context, right? I'm just going to show it. When baby you realize he's been born into a too woke of a household, looks like. It's like, man, he's in there thinking his head, really, God, this is what did I do to deserve this? You're reincarnated into a house of wokey wokes. I have no gender. Oh, it's crazy stuff going on. Very, very, very poor child. Poor child. Let me say funeral, yeah. Men crying about it. Why? If a man cries at a wedding, it's probably because it's like, oh, I gave her all half my shit and she's not the one. Why? Matter of fact, y'all see that wedding, right? Who was that shared the fact the other day? I think it might have been Toxic came here and said, like, I think they say if you spend over $20,000 on a wedding, like the likelihood of divorce goes up like another 40% over what it already is. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm sorry to hear that also, John Mess. But the thing is, yeah, I tell you, my best friend Pat fucking cried when I've lost everybody that I've lost and actually loved. You know what I'm saying? Like, but to me, like I say, I'm more of a. Been times I've been very teary eyed with some of the love I've gotten here on the dead, because since I've lost, well, at a point where I lost a lot of, I didn't get a lot of love like that. Not in some of the things that people have shared and said, and yeah, it's very moving, very touching. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all think that's some bitch ass shit, meet me out in the parking lot. We can fight. But like I say, there's just certain things that you just appreciate. And there's nothing wrong with being appreciated, like, because we live in a society where people are not appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Nut shots only if you're hit with a cordless phone. I hit Shaq Cushion in the nuts with a cordless phone one time because he made a statement and I didn't like it, and my aim was immaculate. But yeah, man, like it is what it is. Other than that, and I'm not saying even then, a lot of my emotion was kind of to myself where I let a lot of that shit out. But you can't just be all in public, just all weeping willow and shit. Like, yeah, that's how you gotta walk it off. It's gonna hurt your stomach a little bit, but you'll be all right. Oh man, pet dies. Yeah, I was a little sad when some of the dogs I really liked that. When Sheila got ate up by whatever the fuck that was, and I saw the way his body was, and the way his face was like definitely frozen in terror, I felt really bad. He was a good little dog, but it was very unfortunate what happened to him. So there's that. Yeah, championship. If you work very hard to obtain something, the odds are against you of getting it. That's what I say. Certain things, yeah. I mean, like I said, you just can't be out there crying because something didn't go your way. It's some more weird shit. Buy more vodka. Trick kick you get out of here, Tort. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say this last violent. I got two videos. One, no context. I have no idea what's going on here, but it's happening, right? I don't even know what this place is, but niggas can't take them anywhere. Apparently, this happened in Fort Worth. Take them anywhere. You can't. I don't even know what Auntie Anne's is. Apparently, pretzel place. And in this motherfucker, she like. So there was somebody who said, there was actually a black woman who said this. Black women cannot walk away from a conflict or an argument, right? And so that, basically saying that they're super easily triggered by stuff. And as you see, the one, everything's breaking up. She's trying to walk back. They pushed her back. Cups got thrown. See the little kid, like, why the fuck did I get hit by the fucking cup? He's throwing it all out his stroller. It's a terrible situation, right? It's just, that's what I say. More than 3, not for me. I will not be. It is what it is. Because you niggas don't know how to behave, and then y'all come out and justify it. Slavery did it to us. Okay, niggas would act like that. Y'all niggas start acting like this after NWA. All right, so here's a very interesting video. I'm gonna pull this up, but I want to pause it first, right? Because I want y'all to take a close look and tell me if y'all can see what's going on here. And I'm gonna open up the sound. This is why I say they're all this craving for equality, right? And that should be all you need to know at this point. Yeah, I saw that. They stoned him in Fort Worth. I think it was in Fort Worth too. They stoned that dude. Bring it back to the bottom of the map. So, you know, I hope you want to act like it, but then when it happens to him, you know, see what goes on. But just tell me your thoughts about this.
Yeah, he done. He done. Nah, don't touch him. Oh, right.
No. It goes down by building 4. So we talk about often if you step into a man's arena and you get handled like a man, then all these dudes come to the rescue. You know what I'm saying? Now, had that been another dude, do you think they would have been the same reaction? I'm just curious. A lot of slides all over the place. Everybody rocking their slides. But you step in that, you step up like a man. Now, again, I don't buy the sucker punching situation. You know, you got to catch the square. But this is why the dude in the thing hesitated. Like, had it been another, I don't know the dude. I don't know if he really would have been a fighter, if he would have been about that or what. But, again, he's in a bad situation because it's female. So, regardless of how they carry themselves, if it would have been a one-on-one and he would have beat the brakes off him, them other little dudes would have still jumped him, right? Obviously, this nigga up here was frustrated with the shit. And so, there you go, right? But it is what it is. One more time for the people in the back who didn't get to see it. Then we're going to talk about the Dr. Dre Double Standard, and we'll talk Lizzo, and then we're going to get all the way into it. Stop the violence. Increase the peace.
Yeah, he done. He done. Nah, don't touch him.
I'll be honest, cameraman's trash. Like, how do you cut it off at that point? Right? Why not see it? But again, I think this right here is the dude. Again, it looks like this is the dude. It looks like a similar haircut. And both of them swinging wild. So, I mean, it is what it is, whatever. But he just happened to catch him slipping. Oh, maybe it's that dude over there.
He done. Nah, don't touch him.
Bro, that's some, I don't know. I think he had the shorts on the side. But he looked like he had already previously been beat up before this. Hey, random. Was that a random white guy in the mix? There's always one white guy in every hood. Where's he at? Bring him back. Or is he just a light-skinned dude? That's White Mike. Every hood got a White Mike. Yeah, and that's the thing, though, right? Again, it's very unfortunate. It is what it is. So let's get into it, though. I said I wanted to bring back the Dr. Dre Double Standard thing, and you know why everybody's getting mad about his 38-year-old daughter, right? So what I did not know is apparently not only is she living in her car, but she's living in her car with 4 kids, right? Hasn't seen her or hasn't been given any money in 18 months. You know what I'm saying? Is he a terrible person for that? Let's bring up a poll. Let's get an official Den poll going here. Let's make it in this context, right? I was going to say is Dr. Dre a bad dad. You didn't put too many words into the poll. It's all weird. But when I mean that is what I'm talking about the situation. Here's a 38-year-old daughter. If you guys didn't hear it yesterday, and I put the thing up to give you guys more context. 38-year-old daughter who has apparently been living in a car the last few months or so, hadn't given her any money in 18 months, right? Estranged is what they say. I don't think she got estranged until the money stopped coming. But I put that up there for those of you who didn't see it yesterday. I'll give you the imagery, because like I said, it started off like this. You couldn't see it at first. And this was the tweet that originally started, right? Here. So the dude said, Dr. Dre worth $820 million, his daughter living in her automobile. It's really an evil world we're currently living in, right? But you know, niggas always feel like if you got it, you gotta give me some of it because I know you. Hey man, remember we went to school in kindergarten? I was only there for 3 days and my parents moved and I went across town, but I remember you. You're rich. Let me borrow $100. Right, so you see it, Dr. Dre's strange blank-year-old daughter says she's living in her car after not receiving money from him in 18 months, right? And then somebody puts the thing here. I'll give you guys the bigger versions of the pictures, bam, bow. 38, which means he probably hadn't given her money since she's about 36, 37 years old, about 36 years old, 18 months. Pending the birth date, I guess. I'm black, I can't do math. We don't specialize in those fields. So you had some people feeling sorry for him, some people saying, well, what the fuck, right? And then, like I said, it didn't say that until I found out she had 4 kids, right? So with the 4 kids, does that make it worse, right? Like, he's got $820 million. He's got a couple of bucks to spare. Some people, I don't care how bad off my kids are, I'd still give it to them. Well, in my personal opinion, that's the reason why she's in the situation she's in, because she's expecting to have it, because he's probably been doing that for 36 years of her life, is why she has not developed and had some type of sense about herself to do better, right? And then you got 4, where the fuck are those kids' fathers? Like, where are those kids' fathers, right? I mean, come on, bro. Again, it's super wild, and I don't understand it. It is crazy. What is going on? Why is the thing not taking it's not taking the votes? That's interesting. It's not taking any of the votes. I don't know. Anyway, that's maybe it'll add them up at the end. Who knows? Anywho, Dr. Phil. But again, right? So this is the situation. It's fucked up, right? Oh, it's fucked up. He do his daughter like that. It's messed up. And then so somebody came out and was like, oh, but I bet because patriarchy and, masculinity is toxic. I bet if this would have been his son, he wouldn't have done that. Well, I guess we can mute that, get this out of here. This says otherwise, right? Now, this is an older article, but I'm sure things haven't changed. My billionaire dad's not sharing, and I'm cool with it. Wow. Said his son is celebrating his dad's multi-billion-dollar Apple deal, but as he hasn't seen a dime of Dre's fortune and doesn't expect to even now, and he's not the least bit bitter. Imagine that. He lives outside an hour east of LA, about to board a commercial flight to Mexico on a coach ticket. Imagine he's out living a life of his own and not living off daddy, right? But of course, that's the logic. People come, everything has to be a certain way. So the first thing that comes out of their mind, son, he wouldn't leave me hanging like that. No, he don't give a fuck. That's the crazy part about it. The man's living his own life, whatever the fuck he's doing. But again, it is what it is. Patriarchy, toxic masculinity, all that good shit. It is what it is. I'm going to give you a B+ on that one, Heidi. I could have worded it a little bit better. It would have been It'll come off. The sink. All my beverages are empty. I don't have a water cup. It's terrible. I'm dehydrated. I'm gonna die. So what she may or may not have did from the color. That's what I'm saying. Like, probably like shit. You keep getting knocked up by all these niggas, and you ain't got nothing to take. Like, what are you still doing this for? I don't know. I have no idea. But let's get into it, right? Let's talk about what we're here to talk about. And we'll save the rest of this wokey woke stuff for tomorrow. We might need to bring back a Talking Dirty After Dark. Lizzo, right? I know all of you are very big fans of Lizzo. I'm not. Right? Because I think she is a bad representation for young girls, especially young fat girls, right? I think, you ever see in the movies why it's always the big girl's always desperate? She's like the real life example of this, right? Talk about double standards. Again, getting my comfortable pose here. You notice that the big women, and especially the thirsty ones, they're never lusting after big men, right? She wants what, Chris Evans, what is he, one of the superheroes? I can't remember which one. Desperately, I think, but the other day she's like, oh, she's joking around, she's pregnant with his baby. Like, how desperate are you? And then he's put in a weird ass corner, right? Because he can't be like, bitch, please. You know what I mean? Because then, what? He's fat phobic, he's misogynistic, he's all of these things. He has to accept these unwanted advances from this woman. You know what I'm saying? And he has to be like super nice about how he plays it off. Otherwise, it looks bad on his reputation. And that's fucked up, because if it would have been the other way around, you could just say some old crazy, because who was it? Who somebody said something off the wall. Was it Joy or whatever, one of them sports talk, whoever was on Colin Cowherd told dude that he would eat her used Q-tips or some shit like that. Like, be super rude about shit, right? And nobody bats an eye. Nobody says anything. And this is where we are. But that's not why I'm here to talk about Lizzo. The fact that she's thirsty and desperate for Chris Evans and all that's not the reason why I'm talking about this. And Lizzo first came on my radar when we talked about how distasteful it was when she was twerking at the basketball game. And she used that as an excuse for people to say, oh, it's fat phobic. If it would have been anybody else, people wouldn't be saying that. That's what all the big girls came out and said, but it's not true. There's a time and a place, just like we talked about the bitches twerking in the fucking restaurant on the chairs just the other day, twerking in the other restaurant in Dallas. I talk about how these bitches twerk on the fucking ambulance, like an active ambulance situation, trying to go save a life, and you want to get on the twerking on cop cars in Chicago. What are my nose itches? Like, all of this stuff is distasteful. But she literally had an ass out shirt and this big ass slingshot thong at a fucking Lakers game. And fucking twerking, right? Now, apparently, she has given a TED Talk. And it's about twerking and why it's beneficial, right? So, him is phobic. That's funny. What's going on? See, but what will happen though if Edman did that is after she got her come up and she realized she was getting attention from other men, she'd probably sleep with her personal trainer and then leave Edman. So that's kind of how it works. That's that damn, what's this shit? Not monkey, was monkey branching, but hypergamy. Yeah. So yeah, I also thought the same thing, right? You know what I'm saying? And so here is, yeah, I like Tony Robbins. You stop that. Here's the thing. I'm gonna give you a little bit, right? And this is what she says, I guess. Let me pull the site up. I think this is it. This picture out of there. She's a flutist, and I don't even want to know what that mouth do. That's terrible, right? Terrible. Like, and that's the thing. You actually have a solid skill about yourself, but you demean yourself for, I guess, entertainment. Anywho, and 33, so you would think she would know better, but obviously not. Lizzo delivers a TED Talk about the origins of twerking. Welcome to TED Twerk. From TikTok trends to songs and humor, we see so much erasure of what Black people have created. Shaking your ass is the epitome of Black creativity. You know, hey, dance, that's Black excellence. Again, I showed y'all all these dancing vaccination people, Black excellence. TED Monterey, the Case for Optimism conference, which took place August 1st to August 4th in Monterey, California. Full TED Talk expected to be released this fall. Keep that shit. Anyway, she delivered a TED Talk or a TED Twerk discussing the history of dance and Black culture. My ass has been the topic of conversation. My ass has been in magazines. Rihanna gave my ass a standing ovation. Conceded much. Here's the thing. What Lizzo wants is not to be Lizzo. Lizzo wants to be slimmer, smaller, whatever it is, right? I'm going to be honest. Or she wants people she doesn't want to put that work in. She just wants society to adjust and buy into the body positivity of this is the new standard of beauty, whatever you want to call it. But the crazy part is Lizzo wasn't always that big. Like, some people say the college freshman 15. She might have caught the freshman 50 and some change. Whatever, right? She said, yes, my booty, my least favorite part of my body. How did this happen? Twerking. So, well, one, yes, you do got a kind of floppy ass, right? But if that was your least favorite part of your body, why are you wearing it out in public? Why are you literally cutting out the back of a shirt and showing it? Because you want the attention. So that's how it happens. You know what I mean? That's really where it started. It didn't start, one, because of twerking. It started because you wore this fucking stupid ass shirt. Through the movement of twerking, I've discovered my ass is my greatest asset. This is what all Black women believe. And I said that way. Yes, if you're triggered, be triggered. But I'm starting to believe. I told you I saw a girl twerking in the parking lot, leaving the Chipotle. There was no music. We see everything. We saw the Olympic chick who looks like the Joker. If you call that a twerk, twerking after the damn Olympic, whatever, her little trial. Whatever. Like, twerking is a success dance all of a sudden. But here's the thing about it, right? Here's the thing. And it's so fucking dumb. This is why I say y'all can have a black heart. I don't want it back. Black people carry the origins of this dance through our DNA, through our blood, through our bones. We made twerking the global cultural phenomenon it's become today. No, you didn't. You let little chicken booty Miley Cyrus take that shit. Then everybody named Mama started fucking doing it, right? So, like, yeah, y'all was doing the shit in the club and doing all the other stuff, but you let little chicken butt do it, and then now here it is, right? I'm not trying to gatekeep, but I'm definitely trying to let you know who built the damn gate, right? Again, all this other shit. I don't even want to. Last year, Lizzo posted a video of him twerking as a mock to Defiance, said that a man had kicked her and her friends out of a 7-day rental 3 days early. Because you motherfuckers ain't probably fucking it up. This for mocking the way that I dance and for using Instagram footage of me and my 6 Black homegirls to say that we could hurt him and threaten to call the police. I know you're watching my page, so I just want to know you can't stop this Black girl. This is what I'm saying. Like, this to them is some sort of revolution. By shaking my ass, I'm going to get my freedom. You know, she hasn't released a new song in 2 years. So that's what I'm saying. It's crazy stuff, man. It really is. Rumors. Again, so that's what I say, I guess why she's back out and getting, attention. This is some San Antonio. San Antonio, that's the place for the big girls. That's what I'm saying. Like, so obviously she is supposed to be some type of flutist, flautist, whatever you call it. And she doesn't use that. She thinks that shaking her ass is her greatest asset. Not the fact that you have a, I don't know if you call it a classically trained skill, but this is what you choose to represent yourself. And this is why the stereotypes about niggas continue to exist, because motherfucking niggas buy into them, right? She does not have, she's not, I mean, you can see all the stuff she tries to, model for this and model for that. And again, I've told you 1,000 times, there's nothing wrong with a big girl, but proportions matter. And she's not very well proportioned, right? It's not your standard ideal standard of beauty, and not remotely close to it, and it's not just because she's not skinny or whatever. Like, I don't like anorexic ass chicks. I'm not the fan of it. So I'm not saying that's what you have to be, but again, take care of yourself. Don't try to encourage people to be in a situation where it's unhealthy for them. It's not good for them, but yet, she wants people to accept this dysfunction. And the crazy thing about it is, like, you can work out and have a nice ab. You actually put the work in. You can adjust your body, right? That's the one thing. Like, people just accept their bodies the way they are. You can always adjust and improve. But it's you and Lizzo share some features, Heidi, but we'll just leave it at that. 2 queens, 1 flute. That's funny. So, Brian, Roscoe, what's the motherfucking deal, man? How is everything? I hope all is well. Well, I keep saying I hope all is well, but I hope you're dealing with it as best you can. Yes, right. Riley does. Miley. I do remember you sharing your thoughts on Miley a while back. Ruby, how are you doing? So again, oh, my bad, and appreciate the love, 17. So Mama Cat's Day to a heart attack by age 33. Chris Farley did a heart attack at 33. I'm seeing the trend, huh? Yeah, interesting. But you can't say these things, right? The same way that we can't say, the leading cause of why people are falling off because of this current epidemic. A lot of it is overweight, obesity. But you didn't hear it from me. You heard it from Heidi. Yeah, exactly true. The twerking, the lap dance, and the film. Like, I'm convinced that's all black women can do. Black bitches can do. Women carry themselves in a different manner. Black ladies carry themselves in a different manner. Y'all know the saying. Love ladies. I like hoes. They serve a purpose. I hate these bitches. Because the bitches are the one who want to act like hoes, but expect to be treated like ladies. Doesn't work that way. A real woman knows her place in that three-tiered hierarchy. A lady's going to carry herself like a lady at all time. That doesn't mean behind closed doors for her man that she can't, release her sensuality. A hoe is going to be a hoe in public. She's going to be a hoe behind closed doors, and she's going to be openly, it is what I am. You know what I'm saying? I am what I am. But a bitch, for those of you who have not understood this, it's been a while since we've used this phrase, or should we use that term? The bitch is a woman that expects to be treated like a lady, but she has hoish behaviors. And so she gets mad at the conflict, right? She gets mad because she's not treated a certain way, because she doesn't deserve it, because she doesn't carry herself in that way. But she expects to be treated that way, even though she doesn't carry herself as such, right? So there's that. 17. But agreed, Rob. But what do the black women do? Oh, you can't police black women, or or they oh, it ain't that, like they feel sorry for them. Like, we need more men to tell other black men, hey, what you're doing is bullshit. This behavior is not good for us as a race. Well, for them as a race. I told you I've left. My black card just threw it out the window. And to tell other black men, hey, what you're doing is not good. That's why I like what the young dude King Randall is doing. And say, hey, if we're going to be better as a culture, as a society, as a whatever, This is what needs to be done. Check those behaviors. But there is no black woman doing it. But then, actually, when, who was it? Monique actually said something about the bonnets, right? Hey, you know, this don't look classy. This is whatever. All black women came for, attacked her. When Ayala, whatever her name is, said something about certain behaviors, they came for and attacked her. Like, it's to the point where, quote unquote, the most hated group, you wonder why, they do not want to be held for accountable for anything. They want all the credit when it's good shit to be had, when it's good credit to be had. When it comes to say, hey, you know, this is behavior that we can correct because this is what's causing detriment in this segment of your lives. Oh, you're just trying to police us. You're just trying to hold us down. You're just trying to shut us down. You're trying to keep us from being free. You sound like a colonizer. A bitch said I sound like a colonizer when I was talking about the, remember the blueberries, that video that Roger sent me? When I commented on that page, right? And I still had the most liked comment on that page on Don Juan's, on that post. Because other motherfuckers are afraid to say the shit. They say, oh, all this hate and talking about big women, it sounds like white people and colonization. Like, look, white people fat too. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're fat too. But it's just, your demographic is the biggest. It's overweight, obese, combined 80%. That's a fucking problem. To be one of the smaller groups in the country, to have that proportion of overproportionness, you know what I mean? Like, who just means stay on? I don't even know who that is. I'm not even familiar. Let me check it out. Let me check that out. Let me look that up. But like I said, it's like, come on, man. Oh, this is body positivity advocate and yoga doer. I thought yoga's supposed to help you. Oh, that's terrible. From a distance, I thought that was nudity. Look, man. Here's the thing. If you're truly happy the way you are, then you shouldn't be trying to advocate for anything. You can't force people to like you, right? If you're truly happy. If you're not happy with who you are, then you got to make the adjustments, right? We'll stop making the excuses. People argued with me talking about, oh, it's medications and medicines that's doing it to them. I said, yeah, it impacts a small percentage of people. A small percentage of people having a medical reaction, a medical condition or a medical reaction to the medicines. Let me all this made up sound. Look how proper I met Medi, everything. But when in reality, it's what you consume. If you don't consume, you cannot bloom. I just made that up. That sounded real good, right? If you don't consume, you cannot bloom. And so when it got to that arguing actual valid points, I'm like, see, y'all always go to the few, the minority, which is, we can address that issue. Okay, yeah, there's a medical condition that's causing that. What about the overwhelming majority of motherfuckers, right, who don't have that fucking medical condition? Then it's, oh, you're hating, or you just mad, or oh, this is just sound like hate. You sound like a colonizer, and I was like, dumb shit. And why this is so stupid to me, especially when it comes with black women, is that black women didn't look like this 30 years ago. Not in the proportions that they do now. You know what I'm saying? Which one? There's a lot of bad ones. I mean, there's a lot of bad ones. I don't even know which one is. I don't know which one to show, Rod. There's a lot of bad ones. Ugh. Because again, a lot of that shit comes down to discipline. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you can see their flaws. People don't want to be able to say that. People don't want to be able to address. Oh, no. Oh, that ain't the one. That's terrible. Not the naked one. But you can see their flaws, right? It is what it is. And then people don't want to address that. They don't want to be called out on that. And again, I'm not saying that it's my place. I got flaws. And I even said that when I was arguing with women. I was like, see, the difference between me and you is that I'm willing to acknowledge my flaws in hopes of being able to do something about them. I'm not going to try to turn my flaws into traits. Well, see, this, reason why I got this little pudge right here is because, being a black man, I got the Rona vaccine, so I can't eat in New York. So I got to eat box foods at home, Yeah, that's what happens, right? It's like, come on, bro. Like, motherfuckers got every fucking excuse in the world for these behaviors. But getting back to Lizzo specifically herself, and I don't know, Rob, all these pictures are bad. I don't even know which one to start with, right? But what's super crazy is like motherfuckers will show you, like motherfuckers are arguing about this. She doesn't eat healthy. It's big. No, she shows you when she eats that shit. She doesn't show y'all when she eating the snacks and the Twix and the fucking box of fucking oatmeal pie she got under her damn bed. Like, oh, it's a couple of those. I think this one she got draws on. Let me oh no, it looks so close to that. Somebody will be like, oh, there's nudity on this. No, it's not. All right. Fuck. I got that. Let me see if I can find one that's up. I hate fucking WebP images. Let's see if I can find another one so I ain't gotta do all that damn shit with it. But like I said, it's just oh, that makes all the sense in the world then. That makes all the sense in the world. Hold on. Now you took me down a rabbit hole. But again, like I said with Lizzo, like it's just like, again, you see the desperate, every man she goes after, it's some superstar, some athlete. But again, then to sit here convinced, like, well, this is a way of fighting oppression. This is a way of fighting injustice. Shake your ass. You're going to sexualize the injustice? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're doing right now? That's what it is? Come on, man. Show me what I'm looking for. Let me see if it limits. Come on, quit give me the bullshit. I hate when they have like big pictures, but then they fucking make them small and shit. This one's appropriate. This one gives you an idea of what's going on. Ah, come on. I thought you said it was like a 5,000. Anyway, I guess we'll just do it like this. All right, this is some sort of world-renowned. God damn, they're all WebP images. Let me see. But send me the one. Let's see if we can find this one. That's not her. I know that ain't her right there. Oh no, that's somebody. She's on somebody else's show. But like I say, the thing about with Lizzo is just like sitting here, look, back in Africa or whatever, when they was twerking and shaking that, like, it wasn't just bend over and spread your butt cheeks to let the whole world see it, right? There was hip movement. There was almost, it's similar like the what do they call them? The Pacific Islanders or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They got their little hip sway and said, yes, it's a sensual type thing. It's a arousing type dance, but at the same time, there's something to it. Literally sitting over and flopping your back around, because some of y'all lacking in the backing. There's nothing about that. Like I say, and then you want to sit and complain about, it's being taken by other groups and all this other shit. Damn, picture the ones that one's like a split. I wish I could take that. Let me try this. you know, it is what it is. All right, let's do this, right? Well, I'm over here like trying to figure out how to get this picture. Let's take some calls. Throw the 10-minute rule on. Let's see. Yeah, look, I need to be out of frame to try to find what I'm looking for. Y'all don't need to see my face because it's terrible. But well, over the 10-minute rule. Y'all want to talk about Lizzo? Y'all want to talk about whatever's going on? Let me excuse me. Those cookies are good. They were damn good. Oh, I did have it already, but we swap it over. Yeah, y'all see I'm looking for the shit. Right. Get this off here. Get the website out of there. These are all part of the pictures, right? Yeah, I'll just pull it up for y'all. We can do it like that. How about that? Y'all can see everything I'm over here looking through. At the suggestion of Mr. Rob. And what I actually like about this thing is that even if it's ringing, it should pop up. So if I'm off screen, it's just gonna show. Oh, let's try this. All right. So all this stuff going on. All right. This is I think the Jessamine Staley chick. All right. Let's take that off. Let's take that off. Put it in the background. She's blocking me out. And so, yeah. But this is what I'm saying. Like, you're putting in the work. Like, what I'm not understanding is, because in some of these photos, she looks smaller, and some of these, she looks larger. I'm like, is there a lack of consistency going on here? What? You know what I mean? It's like, obviously, you're pretty flexible. Obviously, you have the ability to do such things. But, you know, maybe not. Forgot the number. Number is 832-694-1337. 337 spells DEN. So 832-694-1DEN is the easy way to remember that. You want to call in and share your thoughts. You want to speak on, you know, Lizzo and her lust for twerking and Chris Evans. You want to talk about other things going on in the world. You want to talk about DoorDash people getting beat up. And that's rather unfortunate. We want to talk about milk and cookies. No, we won't. We'll talk about cookies, but what's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? So what's going down, man? Good to hear from you. How you been, man? Okay. Okay, yeah. We're in the same boat. Oh, hold on. Oh, I guess I need to actually cut the thing on. There we go. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. So, you know, are you a fan of Lizzo, Rick?
Oh man, you know what? I'll be honest with you, man. A lot of the hip hop music now, man, I listen to it if it's on, and if it's okay, I'll keep it on. If not, I just go back to my old school shit all day long.
Yep.
So I can't say that I am a fan. I just can't say that I'm not, because there are some things where I go, okay, she's coming hard with that, but I don't know. I don't know, man. It's the times have changed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of when I think of good female hip hop rappers, especially ladies that are like bigger, think of Queen Latifah. And I think about how Queen Latifah actually used to have like some real like lyrical skill. And, you know, when she spoke about her ladies first and stuff like that, she came with a certain type of hardness to her, you know, like, you know, I remember her famous saying is, "Who you calling a bitch?" Right? Like that's like, right? So it's like, okay, no, I can get down with that because, you know, and then, but I sometimes I look at the female artists today, and you know, and I just keep thinking like everything is just about like outdoing the other person, or just doing some attention versus having a style that tells you my style gets your attention all on its own. Like, you know, I don't know. And then if you hate against it, it's like, or like if you say something against it, it's like, oh, you hating and you can't get down with this and whatnot, versus like a rapper like MC Light or Queen Latifah, like I said, they would actually try to be like, well, no, I could actually battle you. Like I really could. Or, you know, Roxanne Shante from back in the days. Yeah, I'm dating myself here, man, but Roxanne Shante, a lot of the back in the day, even the male rappers, I mean, they didn't want to go up against her because she was nice with hers, you know. So, you know, I come from that generation, that golden age of hip hop, that it's like all of my rappers want to eat the rappers that are out there right now. Like they would feast on the rappers that are out there right now, in my opinion. They weren't gimmicks. I think everything else is a gimmick, and it's riding on it. They ride on the emotions of the way society thinks right now. Yeah. In my opinion,
I agree. I do agree. But speaking of kind of older school rappers, did you watch that versus battle with the Locks and Dipset?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay, what'd you think about it? I didn't catch it myself. I already knew what it was going to be. There was no question in my mind what was going to happen. But what did you think about it?
Once again, you know, honestly, for a second, I just went, this right here is the true identity of what hip hop has been. You want to be bad, you want to act bad, you want to do all of these things, but then everybody wants to be featured on everybody's album, right? Like it's like everybody wants to be cool with everybody, and then when they beef up, they don't beef up live on stage. They beef up in the studio, and it's like, man, well, you know, you could be whatever you want in the studio. You got all day to write, but if you're gonna come out and then you want to throw some hardcore, you know, freestyle stuff, then that's the way to go about it. And then let's see who's the best MC from there, you know, because a lot of these dudes, they come out and they don't know how to really battle rap, you know. I mean, it's, you know, and that's an art form all in itself. And I'd even go as far as to say that rappers that know how to battle rap, they can't actually go into the studio and lay down tracks. They're not used to that, you know. So it's an art form all in itself. And I think yesterday we saw what I think everybody got a glimpse of what I grew up with back in the 80s with these type of MCs.
Yeah. I'm glad. I've always been a fan of Jada. Dipset, you know, they kind of had reached their kind of peak when I was kind of in my teens, but the Locks, I was always a fan of Jada. Styles was cool, and can't even think of the other dude's name right now. But, you know, so I think it was good that, you know, they came together. For those who believe no, New York is not back. That's old New York. That's what y'all are supposed to be. Y'all didn't start acting like the South and everything else now. So I don't think New York will ever be the same when it comes to rap. But yeah, I could agree, and I wish it would kind of get back to that, the real lyricism. You know, when motherfuckers didn't sit there talking about phone apps and shit all day. You know, just this is too much technology. That's all people talk about now. There's no,
Right.
it's just nothing good, nothing original anymore.
You know, the same goes in shoe shining too. You know, it's like, you know, now everybody's got a platform to show their stuff versus just getting down and doing what you do. You know, I mean, it's the same thing, but it's, you know, like I said, man, I mean, you're right. It's you know, the technology and the platforms allow people who probably shouldn't be MCs in the first place to claim that they're an MC, you know. But you know, I think the whole thing of word of mouth has really lost its value. But it's at the end of the day, it'll always be the real thing, man. It's the word of the mouth. You know, if people heard this MC and said, "Dang, this guy's great," and it spreads like wildfire that way, versus how it does with just social media, man. I mean, like I said, you know, you get enough people to be on your team, man. Of course, everybody's going to think something, you know. And I don't know. It's just it's changed. And you know, going back to that with the whole Lizzo thing. You know, but I'll say this. I will actually say this as far as Lizzo is concerned. I am the father of two young daughters. You know, and I think with girls, you know, the whole complexion and the whole complexion thing. The awareness of how you look and things like that, it becomes very important at a very young age. You know, my son, I have to like tell him, hey man, straighten up, you know, like dude, come on man, comb your hair, bro, like, you know, come on, right? Yeah. But my daughters, you don't have to do that. They know to get up in the morning, brush their hair. They know how to, you know, because you start to see at an early age with girls, there's a certain identity that they have to come up with, or that they have to follow, or that they have to make sure that they're following under. So I do think sometimes that seeing somebody like Lizzo helps with young girls just learning to accept themselves, you know. And I think because I do think like I said, my son doesn't give a god dang sometimes, you know. I got to tell him, like, you know, all the time, but that's because he's learned to accept himself at a very young age as well too, you know. And it's a little different story, I think, when it comes to the ladies. You know, if you ever just think about what a lady does just to go out with, like, say for instance, like when you were young and you were taking out ladies and stuff, like you were going out on a real date and stuff, right? You think about what it takes for a lady to get ready. If you think of all the things they got to do versus what we got to do, it doesn't even compare, right? So I do kind of appreciate her idea of learning to just accept yourself. I think that's awesome, because I think when we get older as gentlemen, we learn to appreciate a woman that does accept herself, if that makes any sense.
No, I definitely get. And I kind of, that's my thing with her, you know. One, it's just that you represent, or you provide, you know, an idea of representation for another group. But how do you feel about like some of the public behavior, like the twerking? Like that was kind of my real introduction to Lizzo was when she was twerking at that Lakers game, kind of with the shirt cut out and those kind of behaviors. How do you feel that translates to those same young women who kind of watch her?
Okay. So actually, I was watching the $1 Million Pyramid yesterday, right? And so I need everybody to know, as a male, what I'm thinking when I'm seeing this, right? So I'm not sure what the name of this actress was yesterday, but she helped somebody win the $50,000 or whatever at the end of the game, right? Or whatever. And again, guys, I only watch this because it's nostalgic from what I grew up with, and like in the summer, on the summer mornings, watch $1 Million Pyramid, all that stuff. But as every time that they would win, this actress, famous actress, you know, like she's on a movie or a TV show, or I'm not sure, but you know, and obviously she was she was a lot slimmer than Lizzo. You know, she looked like she was in good shape, right? She immediately gets up and starts twerking, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, where has class gone, man? Like, where's the class from women these days? And I get it, because I think too, like they have this feeling of oppression for so long that they're like, now I'm just gonna let it out, and that's cool and all, but at the same time, there's a time and a place to do those things. And when you're on national television, you got Michael Strahan over there, right? I'm pretty sure Michael Strahan probably looking over there like, that's okay. But at the same time, he's probably thinking like, God dang, really? Do we have to go there?
Yeah.
Like, do we have to go there? Could we just get up and just sell? I just think that there's a certain way to present yourself. And I get it, like you said on your post, man, I get it, but stop it already. Like, it's enough, like, we get it. You've already outspoken for everybody, but if you truly are accepting yourself, aren't you going to conduct yourself in a certain way that puts you up to a certain standard, like a certain sense of pride, maybe even? I don't know, and I could be wrong, because again, everybody's got their own sense of pride on things. I would love to go to every event that I go to, as far as parties or even business things that I get to do with my business, and I would love to just do everything hip hop the way that I love to do hip hop or whatever, and I would love to do that, but that's not the time nor the place, right?
Yeah.
Like, I have to have a certain respect for other people as well too, in order for them to have the same respect that comes back to me for that, and I just kind of feel like sometimes when you, like, what do they say? When you show your ass, you're going to get your ass shown back to you, and it's the truth. You show your ass, well, your ass is going to get shown back to you sometimes, and that's kind of how I just feel about that, man.
Well, man, Wrigley, I'd really like.
Are there people disagreeing with me right now? Are they talking shit about me right now?
No, they are. I think the chat is all over the place right now. Yeah, they just kind of. Yeah, they're all over the place. Somebody's commented about Michael Strahan ran through Nicole Murphy. I don't even know who Nicole Murphy is. But no, I don't think you're getting any disagreements. I don't think you are.
Again, though, when I look at things like that, I have to think of my own daughters. And you know what, Honcho? Guess what, man? I'm going to tell you something about your streams, man, and with the Den Show right here. The other day, a while back, you had one about how you opened up a door for a lady, and she didn't return the courtesy by saying thank you or anything back to you, and that it got under your skin. And I think you said, bitch, that she was a bitch for that, right? Or whatever, or something to that effect, as to where one of your listeners said, oh, now just because she don't say thank you, now she's a bitch, right? So I honestly, to be honest with you, I use that as a moment to speak to my two daughters. And I asked them, what is your opinion on that? And I had to ask them that. I said, because I'm going to give you my opinion. I said, but before I give you my opinion on this, I need to hear from you guys. Why? What do you guys think? And they said, both of them said, and again, this might be just generational stuff, man, but both of them said that they feel that if a man opens up a door for an older man opens up a door for him, that he's kind of creepy. And I told them, I said, okay, so what if I told you that I have instructed your own brother when he was a very young age, that when he sees a lady coming through the door, for him to be the man, and listen to what I said, the man, and he was a little boy, and I was telling him, you be the man that goes and opens the door for that lady, because it's kind. It's a kind thing to do. And it also speaks more about, it speaks great things about you, but it also speaks great things about me as to how I raised you. And when I told my daughters that, they were like, well, why would you tell him to do that, as if those ladies couldn't open the door on their own? And I said, well, because the time that I gave him the instruction to do that, this lady had her hands full. And it was just a thing. I go, and I always say to open the door, man or woman. Oh, if they're older than you are, open the door. Do those things. I go, these are called things that are called kindness, and I had to explain to my daughters, but it made me also realize too that they're growing up in a different age into where they're looking at kindness almost as if kindness is a foreign thing to them, and they have to be on their toes and, things like that. So I use that time to tell them, but you need to also be courteous back to be able to say thank you. And that's it. You don't have to say anything more, do anything else. You don't have to smile, nothing. You just say thank you. And that's it. It was awesome because I felt like at that point, I was able to use your stream to be able to talk to my own daughters, because if they don't hear it from a man, I don't think that they'll ever really understand what certain things that we always have grown up feeling like we have to do, and that's why I really love this stream of yours, because sometimes you're just so authentic with how you felt about something that it raises up, good questions, and it also raises up good conversation, man. So I really do appreciate the stream, bro.
Thank you, Ricky, man. That's interesting. You got me thinking. I'm sitting there taking some notes, and we might have to expand on that a little bit, because I never thought of it from that angle. Some of from the younger generation, and I guess we do talk about how everybody's kind of in their phones, everybody's kind of rude, and so that is foreign. So you actually enlightened me by sharing that with me. So I appreciate you for that. Thank you.
Right. No, man. And then the one time where you were showing where the girls were fighting with the dude that had the baseball bat, and the girl wouldn't put her phone down to even defend herself. Yeah. This also created a conversation for me and my children too, because I had to tell them, I said, sometimes we tell things that they are our God without us even saying anything, because in that situation, that girl was saying that she would much rather lay down her life than to relinquish that phone. And I was like, here was a man swinging a bat and a girl getting her face beat in, and she wouldn't do that. And again, I'm not judging any of those people. I don't know what the heck happened that created all of that, but you brought up a very interesting point that nobody would look at in that video. Everybody would just look at how all the violence that was going on, but you brought up that one minute point that girl would not put down her phone to even defend herself. And that created a topic as well for me and my children too, to where I was able to, ask them, hey man, is this phone really, is it worth your life? Would you give up your life for that? Would you not throw down your phone to start swinging back or help you? Because if that's the case, I need to take these phones away, and I mean, but of course, my girls, they grew up, they were like, no, Dad, I would actually put down my phone and start swinging. And I was like, all right, well, My son was like, I wouldn't have even gotten into that problem in the first place, Dad. I'm like, all right, I get you. That's good. But anyhow, but again, I hope that people, when they listen to it, because I think sometimes too, people start getting their emotions rise. They start to rise out of some of the things that go on here. But I think also too, if you take a second to just stop and listen and observe what's going on, like that's an opportunity for a teaching lesson too. And I just, as a father, and my time, by the way, my time is very limited with my children. We're a 2-household family, so I have to do my part when I have my chance to do my part. And I just think that, those are just things that are like, man, this is where the presence of a father sometimes has to come to so that he can keep it real with his children, you know, and that your stream does a lot for that, man.
Appreciate it, man. I've never thought of it from that angle, Ricky. I mean, glad it helps, but like I say, that kind of helps me look at things, like I say, in a bit of a different way. Sometimes
It's I mean, I have to like check myself because I'm an old dude. Like I always feel young, you know. Like I always think like, oh, I'm young, and then my kids remind me really how old I am, right? So like I have to check myself and be like, oh, well, that's because it's a different time, man. It's just a different time. As to like I said, little Ricky, he's been raised to do things a certain way because I told him when he was little, and then as they grow up, they're starting to realize or they're starting to look at it like maybe that's not the way this world works anymore, Dad. Like it doesn't do it like that. But that's a shame because it's little things like that I feel like you know what? For example, I recently moved, and I moved into a different area where people actually say hello to you, and they'll open the door for you, or you open the door for them. They say thank you, and you know what? Those little small things, such as saying hello and good morning and things like that, that creates a different day for you, you know. And I think sometimes we fail to look at the simple things that we could do to change the world around us, man. And it's like a shoe shine, bro. Like a shoe shine. When I shine somebody's shoes, it's a very simple thing that gets done for them, right? But the fact that happened and that got done for them, and it gets done with them with a smile, changes their whole attitude the rest of the day. Even if just for that moment, it at least changed their attitude. And I think if we start going back to those moments where we take a little time to just do the small things right, I mean, the world could be a whole different place, man.
I agree 100% with that. Absolutely. Okay, man. Pretty soon here, Rick. You had we'll talk about it. I'm not gonna share it here, but I'll talk about it. I forgot. I'll hold on to that thought. But I do appreciate you calling in and sharing. Shut up, Trill. Don't nobody want to talk to your ass. But I do appreciate you calling in and sharing what you got. Huh?
Is Trill gonna get on here and be like, Ricky D? Man, I felt like I was gonna be all right, but now I gotta teach you. I gotta teach you, Ricky D, because man, you saying some things that Ricky D, like he's gonna do that whole thing, right? Or is he gonna actually get on here and agree with me? Because and I'm a big Trill fan because Trill keeps it real.
Yeah, he does. Sometimes he keeps it real. I don't know if he's gonna be I don't know if Trill's gonna be the professor or if he's gonna be Jay Dissel. You know what I'm saying?
Well, or never mind. But I just like the part where he just everything just stresses him out so much that he's got to come back and teach us all, right? Like,
yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, you know how I say it all the time, when I end all of this, baby. You keep them saucy.
So
I take the shoe shines and I keep them glossy.
Already.
You got it, man.
Yeah. So shout out.
I'll holler at you.
All right, man. You have a good one. I appreciate you calling in.
You got it. Later.
Already. And shout out to Ricky D, man. And I'm glad he was able to call in to the den. It was a great call because, let's be honest, I don't look at things really too much outside of my generational perspective. And some of the youngsters come in here and, they come in and they share their thoughts on things. Who is this? Man, who the hell is this? Goddamn, who on this damn
First
phone?
of all, you need to check your goddamn phone. That's what you need to do.
Nigga, what you want?
I want to talk about how goofy these Browns is.
All right, what's on your mind?
Straight up. Make this, can somebody explain this to me? How doing something as non-threatening as opening or holding a door, it seemed as creepy. But in a situation to where you're getting physical with the man, you don't deem him as a threat. Can somebody make that shit make sense?
I think I can. Maybe. Like this is off the head, and this is just kind of taking what was just said and looking at it, right? Because like Ricky was just saying that the kindness is gone, so it's unfamiliar. The aggression is there. It's more than ever. So that's a familiar feeling. That's a more almost acceptable situation. They see more of that than they're seeing of the kindness. So it's registering as, hey, and then especially when you're being told, you know, you just like a man, you know, this, and that, and the third. So maybe the perception is, you know, in this situation, I can handle it. This other situation, this is awkward, makes me feel uncomfortable, or whatever else it is, because I'm not familiar with it. You know, every time you go into something new, you kind of deal with it kind of hesitantly.
That's bullshit.
I know you was gonna say that shit.
Yeah, because you know it's bullshit.
But is it bullshit, or are we living in a bullshit time?
You more familiar with getting your ass whooped than somebody doing something nice for you?
But I'm not saying you're the individual is familiar with that, but they're more familiar with seeing that than they are seeing acts of kindness.
Yeah, but seeing it and experiencing is two different things.
Yeah.
If you saw somebody get their ass whooped, so you telling me you're going to go right back and do the same thing? To get your ass whooped too? That's something you want to experience?
Some people do that. I can't explain why they do, but some people do that.
It was a rhetorical question, huh?
But I'm just saying, I'm giving you an unrhetorical answer, nigga.
No, you gave me a bullshit answer. That's what you gave me. You know that shit don't make sense, bro.
I know this, but it happens, right?
The exception of, you know what? I'm not going to do this with you.
No, but it's not an exception. But what I'm saying, but are we not watching videos every night of the same shit?
The shit is asinine.
It is.
What you're saying is asinine. Well, then don't sit up here and try to promote the shit.
I'm not
if
promoting
you know
it.
it's stupid,
I'm
you
just saying
are
it's
promoting
happening.
it.
I'm not for or
Which
against it in
is
this point.
promotion.
It is not promotion. This is just acknowledgement.
Promotion is making somebody aware of something that is. That's promotion.
I think we're all equally aware at this point.
We ain't all goddamn. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. You ain't even an equal hue, goddamn. I should have got some of what you got. How about that?
I don't know if you can see the screen right now, but that's for you.
No, I cannot.
Well, good, still for you. First, well, not first. We already had some conversation. Where are you at in the world right now, Trill?
I'm in Oklahoma at the casino.
No, that explains all your anger. I'd be angry if I was in Oklahoma.
I'm not angry.
Yeah.
I'm not angry at all.
Okay. But like I said, I don't know. I mean, but would you say that the youth, and I'm not saying, because in our generation, I don't think there's any excuse for it. In our generation, kindness was a thing, you know, being respectful was a thing. I would say we were all raised that way. Whether you had a nuclear family where you were raised by a single mom, she still, you know, encouraged polite mannerisms. But then, would you say though, but to the youth, the younger generation, maybe not even the one right next to ours, but maybe, well, the kids of the women we were raised with, would you say that their perception would be quite a bit different? Being that they've been raised in the internet age and they've had these things all their life, they've been raised by the YouTubes and things like that, that they would see stuff a lot differently. And then the way that people parent is significantly different.
Yeah, you got motherfucker with ambiguous sheet. I cannot watch that shit, Honcho. I tried, bro. I fucking tried, bro. That shit. That shit make me just want to take that sheet and beat the fuck out of that dude with it. What the fuck are you saying? What are you saying? This sheep don't have no gender. Then why that one sheep on that other sheep ass and he hunking? Why? That don't make sense.
Man, look, I share this stuff, one, to make y'all suffer because I've seen it. Two,
nah, I ain't gonna lie, Honcho. I just exit the fuck out. I come back, check in, see where you at, and yeah, I can't watch that shit, bro. That shit is beyond dumb to me. It just is.
Oh, I can tell when you leave out of the arena. But like I say, it's just to make people aware, especially those with younger children or who plan on having younger children. A lot of these people are teachers. A lot of these people are in arenas where they have access to the youth. And then it's weird that there's so many teachers on TikTok trying to spread that stuff, there. And so for the people whose kids are on the TikToks and all these things, to make them aware of what they're doing. God damn it, Ronald Eisen. If you're going to say, at least spell it right. Your Spanish is terrible.
I'll tell you right now, if I was in school, my mama had to homeschool me.
Mm-hmm.
These days, because I was a little smart motherfucker, I would have told that dude, like, oh, so we got to call that person them and they, huh? A word? Okay. From now on, you're going to call me King James. That's my pronoun. King. Every time you see me, you're going to say, what's up, King? I don't want no mister, no nothing. You're going to call me King. How about that? And then not only is that what you're going to do, on every paper that you give out to me, you're going to put a score of 100 on it. Well, no, I'm not going to do that, King James. Oh, yeah, you are. Because what you see on that paper, all of those answers are correct. No matter what it is that you see, for what it is, those answers are correct because I say that they're correct. Right? Right?
I
no.
identify as
don't make fucking answer. Exactly. Will that fly? Well, no, I'm sorry, but that's not the same thing. Yeah, it is, because what's really reality and what's directly in your fucking face, you're choosing to ignore because of how I feel about it. Well, I feel like all the answers are correct. What you gonna do about that? And you can't discriminate against me, but then let them get away with it. Or unless there's something else that you got a problem with. See, I'm that kind of dude that I could fuck with somebody really quickly, put a teacher in a bad corner to where they're going to have to do some serious trying to explain some shit to me, knowing damn well it's not going to fly. So they just probably kick my ass the fuck out. I couldn't be a student this day and age. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing it. Look, I don't care. I don't give a fuck who you is. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not finna to call you some shit unless it's like a name that you like. A nickname that you don't like and you don't like being called that, cool. If you don't like being called by your first name, everybody call you that, cool. But when I respond to you as a male or a fucking female, I'm going to call you what you look like. Because that's all I know. I don't know nothing else. You're not going to be sitting up here and have me thinking extra about what the fuck. Man, come on. Not no pronoun, bro. No. I can see a name that's different. But not a fucking pronoun. That's stupid. I'm not doing that shit.
And then
I don't care how much dick you like to suck. I don't care. I really don't care. You can lick all asshole you like to. I don't care. I'm not calling you that shit. I'm not doing it.
But see, this is what I'm saying though, and like it would even be. I don't even say it would be all right because I still think it's crazy. But where does it stop? Because as you see, every day. I pull up something. It's more and more. Then they're making more and more phrases, and then it's such a new phrase that it's really complex because it's new. No, you're just making shit up. Y'all literally making new shit up every single day. And the people who are participating in the lifestyles don't know what the shit mean. So how are people who don't participate, don't associate, how are they supposed to know? And you're just supposed to expect them to know what the fuck is going on because you're living in, Mr. Rogers' land of make-believe. That's
an excellent question.
That's where I get people like I said, I would try to be. I'm not gonna go out of my way. I'm not gonna play all the weird games, and I'm not gonna try to study all the shit. But it's like I said, I'm a yes sir, yes ma'am type of person. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's just, always have been.
Yeah, and it's like, well, I'm not okay. Well, I can't help you. All right, then. That's the end of where we need to have a conversation. Because if that's that's the lens you view your life through, and that's the most important issue you got going on, and we're not on the same level. We're not concerned about the same things. You know, I wish you the best. I go where you're treated best. Obviously, it's not going to be around me or in the den or anywhere that I'm associating with or everywhere, you know, again, but I'm going to show a level of respect. But at the same time, I'm not going to take this deep dive and all this shit. But that's why I say, that's why I show a lot of shit, just to show people how far and how disillusioned a segment of our populace has become. Because it's not even just those that do it, it's those that don't even necessarily participate, but they're such a quote unquote ally that they start buying into the shit. So which makes the group seem even bigger than what it is. And it starts to become a problem because then it starts to impact others who wouldn't do it. And, you know, we live in America. Everybody got soft now. And I agree with Rob, you know, when parents stopped whooping their kids' ass, you know, they don't learn how to overcome small difficulties and overcome minor obstacles. So now everybody wants to be nice. Everybody wants to be friendly. I think that's part of the problem when we teach the kids, everything is fair, everybody should be treated equal. No, there's not equality. You know what I'm saying? You got to earn your level in life. And so nobody wants to have conflict anymore. Nobody wants to be deemed as aggressive. You know, nobody wants to say, you have microaggressions. Like, yeah, I got real aggressions. I got microaggressions. I got micro machines, nigga. Like, I don't really care about none of that shit. It's like once people became afraid of conflict, that's when this shit started spreading. When it became toxic masculinity, not just masculinity, which it is in nature, it became a bad thing. People, well, I don't want to splay this. I don't want to offend any. And now this shit is permeating to the normal folks. And then people are feeling like they have to accept it. I'm just letting people know, this is what's coming for you. This is what's coming for your children if you don't put a stop to this shit. You know what I mean? So, or avoid it, I guess. But yeah, it's wild. Trust me. I think it's terrible too. I have a hard time getting through. You didn't see the one yesterday. The one I'm still mad about, the gender fluid one. Where the chick was talking about the dude named Michael pops out of her.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck no.
Yeah, that
popped out of, what she be?
She talked about, she's like, I can't even hardly explain. She's like, well, this is why gender fluidity is such a bitch. I'll be about to go to sleep, and then here comes Michael. Let's open up the binder. No, Michael, I don't want to open up the binder. Let's open up the binder. And then start like getting this weird, or I'll just be walking down the street, and then Michael pops out, and I don't have a cap. And I don't have my binder. And it's like I'm like, what? What is going on? And it's just like, I'm not out to my family and all these just weird things. So it's like, all of this stuff sounds like a mental issue. Back in the day, if somebody
that bitch sound crazy to the motherfucker.
Yeah, he looked crazy. The whole
Who the fuck is Michael? And where is he at? If the nigga ain't here, bitch, you going to the crazy house. Straight the fuck up.
But I
don't know no Michael.
That's what I'm saying.
Bitch, I know you. You the only motherfucker I see up in here. Hell to the no.
But back in the day, that's what it would have been. But now we're being told, or people are being told, you got to embrace that like this is normal. Back in the day, that was what, schizophrenia or
no, they need to put all them motherfuckers on the island by them goddamn self and let them figure that shit out. They'll butt fuck their way out of existence. That's the way I look at it. Fuck it.
But here's my thing. Let's see, some of them things gonna pop out shits because they you know, there's a lot of versatility going on. But here's my thing. If they put them all on the island, right, with their individuals and their additions, how would they take census?
Wait a minute, out of all the questions you could ask, how they could survive, how they gonna build shelter, how they gonna make a community, what are they gonna eat? It's like all the questions. You worried about a goddamn Honcho, you ain't shit.
Yes, I'm not. Look, I'll tell people, motherfucker, I'm not wishing your downfall in that situation. I'm not an ally. I'm not an enemy. I'm not an ally. I'm not concerned about it. They got to figure that out on the island. That's for them. They can go full Gilligan. They got to figure that shit out. I'm just wondering, you know, we need to keep an accurate count of how many people are getting displaced to this island. But if you got Michelle's and Michael's all in one, like, how are we getting an accurate report here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, are we counting each individual personality as a separate entity, or, you know, is it just counting by the bodies? Like, I'm trying to figure it all out. I don't know, you know. Yeah,
I don't know, man. It's too much. Yeah. It's too goddamn much. That's too much to ask. I'm sorry. It just is. That's too much. Yeah. You know, I can't expect the motherfucker to say thank you But you expect the motherfucker to do all this extra? Nah, come on, nah, that's fully Wayne, man. I'm not doing that shit.
And I agree, Slim. I saw a good thing though. Somebody, I don't know who posted it, but somebody was like, what that dude, the baby, needs to do is go get Boosie, because they canceled Boosie IG for saying what he said. They said he needs to go get Boosie and a couple other artists who support him in his message and do his own show in his hometown. You know what I'm saying? Hire vendors to come out, because people gonna go, they're gonna pay to put their shit on display and sell tickets, whatever, $50 a pop. Keep all the proceeds, for yourself and split it amongst them all. I guarantee you'll have people come out and that motherfucker will sell out. That hoe will be a fucking event. And you throw your own little show. But then that takes too much work from niggas. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say niggas got to be independent and start figuring it out. When you start relying on other motherfuckers to do these things, you got to play by their rules. Like, slowly but surely, I'm trying to not manipulate, but I'm trying to strategize how I could take this and put it on. It's not big enough right now, but how I'll be able to put this on its own platform. How I will be able to put the sauce. I got a better idea for the sauce, to put it on its own platform. So that way, a motherfucker can truly speak freely and say exactly what it is I want to say, because a lot of times, a lot of shit, a motherfucker has to be extremely reserved about saying, because I'm on another person's platform where they have all the control, right? So, right. But that's something you got to be thinking about. When you get that big and you reach that level, like, those are things you have to consider. If you want to be able to continue saying what you say or doing the things that got you there, you're going to have to strategize. So that's what happens when you start signing them crazy contracts.
Is it okay to hate black people if I go to therapy for it? It's okay to hate black people if that's what the fuck you want, Coach. Hey, it is what it is. I don't like some of them niggas either. Yeah, get on my goddamn nerves.
I'm in the same boat.
Honcho cool, he the coolest monkey in the jungle. Yes. He cool.
Yeah, see now you're gonna get canceled. The whole H&M thing all the way over again. that shit right there. And the nigga mama, and that's what I'm saying. Like, motherfucker was more mad about that. That nigga mama was right there. Oh, they're racist. They put it on him. Shit, look, are they cashing the check? Y'all niggas out there looking for shit, like, again, off the wall ass shit. But did you catch the video of the dyke getting snuck?
No.
Okay. All right. I was gonna ask your thoughts on that, but you didn't see that. But it's kind of that situation where you talk about, stepping in a man's arena. And she was talking about this.
Nah, the one yesterday, bro. That one-legged chick, she was hopping like a kangaroo, bro.
She whooped that dude.
I was fucking dying.
Oh,
she put that kangaroo style on her ass, boy. That shit was hilarious.
But did you see the little nub swing? Like, she was really trying to kick that motherfucker.
Man, bro. Oh, that shit was too funny.
But
how the fuck you lose to a one-legged chicken? Okay. Like, come on.
But do you think maybe she took it easy because of the hero cap, the stereotype?
Hell no, not after she got the initial skibbity pap. When she skibbity papped her ass up when she was over there garbage can. Oh no, it was all dead.
Oh man. So if you're a handicapped asshole, you get no special treatment. Is that the case? You catch the full-fledged beating?
Nah, see, I would have done some crazy shit. Like, I would have grabbed her fucking wheelchair and rolled her shit off in the grass somewhere. But she couldn't do nothing about it.
She'd have came back hopping.
Just push that motherfucker off in the grass. Nah, she'd had to get up first.
This shit. She dangerous. She probably run known around them parts. That's what I say.
I ain't finna fight no handicapped person. Fuck all that.
So if you was in your vehicle and say a handicapped person threw a can of beer or something at your shit, or behaved in a very aggressive manner, you would just let them make it?
Yeah. I could always get my truck fixed. And if it depends on where they at, because if they get in front of this motherfucker, I ain't gonna be able to see them. They're dead motherfuckers. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
That might be something we have to talk about in a future episode. How far of a leash do certain people have?
Kind of like them stupid ass people that was protesting the trucks going into the slaughterhouse, right?
Yeah.
So this wise motherfucker decided to sit down right at the front bumper of the truck. Driver didn't know they were still there, rolled right over and killed them. Didn't even know. It's like, y'all just don't understand how physics work. If I can't see you, it's not the best place for you to be. So, hey,
and then,
people got to learn the hard way.
Didn't they get mad trying to pull a driver out the truck or something after that? Is that
Yeah.
the same one? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Tried to get mad at him. It's like, bro, I couldn't see him.
Yeah. What you expect a motherfucker to do in that situation?
No, I got a job to do. You know why I'm here. You know that you're not finna stop it, because what's gonna happen when you leave? It's just gonna be some more carcasses getting drove up out this motherfucker. You know what it is. You're not gonna stop this shit. And speaking of that, I got a question for them type of motherfuckers, right? Why are you motherfucking pro-animal vegan motherfuckers? How come your vegetable shit got to look like the meat shit? Can somebody fucking explain? Why is there a veggie patty? Bitch, if you don't eat meat, why you want to eat a patty? Why? Why does it have to taste like beef? Explain that shit to me. No. You motherfuckers still like meat, because if you was a true goddamn vegan, you'd eat the vegetable the fucking way it come. You wouldn't have this motherfucker disguised as some other shit. So that's what's wrong with you people. Nah, y'all want to be some shit that you not. You want to eat some shit that's not actually what the fuck it is. You want to look like something that you actually don't fucking look like. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Man. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy.
That's super.
I'm tired of y'all too. I'm sick of your shit.
About that yesterday. I literally was talking to the Lil about that. Have you seen the worst one though? The worst one.
What's the worst one?
Vegan oxtails.
Oh man, get out of here. Get out of here. First of all, that's my favorite thing to eat. That is the ultimate line and level of disrespect. Fuck you motherfuckers who like that shit. Fuck you motherfuckers who invented it, and fuck you motherfuckers that's gonna try it. Straight up. And I hope you take offense to it. That is bullshit. Fuck you gonna mimic a cop. Man, get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. How you gonna put the bone in there, bro? How?
Give me just a second.
There's no gravy on this earth better than oxtail gravy. No gravy better.
Oh, here it is. Give me just a moment. I'm going to pull the video up for y'all.
Get the fuck out of here with this
vegan
shit.
oxtails on the
it's
way.
It's beyond me. How the fuck can you be beyond? Stupid, bro. Stupid.
Yeah, because I forgot about this.
I ain't never had a turkey burger, though. I would try a turkey burger because I like turkey.
Yeah, turkey burgers.
I would try that. Yeah, I would try that. Chicken burger, I'm still on the fence. I am partial to the yard bird, but I just ain't never had a chicken burger myself. But I would try it.
Yeah, like I said, turkey burgers, great. I eat them all the time. Chicken burgers, there's no such thing as a chicken. I don't care if the chicken is ground up. It is a chicken sandwich. That's my story.
But that's a burger patty, Honcho. It makes it a patty.
I don't give a shit. That shit is a chicken sandwich.
A chicken. Yeah, because the other would be a chicken breast or a chicken I don't know. I guess. But chicken burger does sound very odd. But at the same time, Honcho, we got to keep it a buck. We really got to keep it a buck.
Okay.
It's called a hamburger. And ain't no ham in the motherfucker.
That's true. This is true. But it came from, but didn't it come because of where it came from? Or something like that?
What, Hamburg?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Oh no, that's possible.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I thought Americans made up that shit though.
Americans did not make anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's like the all around American thing though. That's like that's our staple as a burger.
Man, the hot dog, what was that? Because it's the Frank, so it came from like Frankfurter or some shit like that. It's American.
That's German.
Yeah, Americans ain't Hamburg, Germany. See the hamburger. I appreciate that. Delta go Hamburg. But it's like it's like, man,
Say it one more time,
you
Honcho.
get a hamburger. But my thing is like, it's like I'm trying to think what is really an American food, because I have no idea. Like we call a lot of shit American, but a lot of this shit didn't came from somewhere else, or an immigrant that brought it over or something. Like, what food was really made in America? Like
all the vegan shit.
No, man, that's terrible.
They don't eat that shit nowhere else.
Earl of Sandwich in the UK. Okay, that's what I knew. I knew it was something like that. Yeah, none of this shit is American, unless we might have. I don't even think we started frying shit. So, like I say,
I don't know what the fuck we doing. We a bunch of land full of fucking weirdos and crazy people.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Let me pull this up right here. Hold on. No, not that.
Eating fake meat, being fake people, fake eyelashes, fake titties, fake asses. Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Man.
Vegan oxtails on.
These are the vegan oxtails. Y'all.
I ain't looking at that shit. That's way too disrespectful. I can't look at it.
Yeah, it don't like, I don't even know what it is. It looked like a damn piece of celery or some shit representing the bone. Like, I don't even know what the fuck it is. Like, it's some crazy looking shit. I think it is a piece of celery. I think it is a piece of celery. Cause when I saw it, I forgot what I commented on the shit. It was just, that shit looked nasty as fuck. But
I can almost guarantee that shit is disgusting.
Yes, and she just proud of that shit, just waving her vegan ox. That shit looked like ass, nigga.
Now I did try the Beyond Burger. I tried the one that Burger King had. It wasn't bad. It was actually pretty good, but you knew goddamn well it did not taste like the regular goddamn hamburger. Of course it didn't. But it wasn't bad.
Now I've had like vegan pound, because it was they got somebody out the store, but it wasn't like Beyond Meat or nothing. These were made from like black beans or something, like black bean patties or some type of shit. And they were all right. They tasted unique, but it's not something I would commit my life to eat. Like, every now and then, if I would try to slack it, this was some years ago. But it's just like I wouldn't commit to eating that on a day-to-day basis. I just couldn't fucking do it.
That's some shit Wise was eating, this punk ass.
The bougie burger.
Black bean burger. Get the fuck out of here. Give me some black beans and some goddamn rice, nigga. How about that?
Yeah. The clone meats? Oh. Yeah.
Okay, what the fuck is that?
No, yeah, I know that's the thing where they basically been like growing the shit in labs, like that clone meat shit. Yeah, and I saw that they don't have to tell you whether or not it's cloned. It's just FDA approved. Corn is American.
Now wait a minute. Are they cloning the whole animal or just fucking parts?
I don't know. I think it's just parts. I don't know if they clone the whole.
Nah, that's crazy.
Cornflakes of America, that's terrible. Barbecue is American.
Oh man, I just got a thought, Honcho.
What's that?
Motherfuckers is gonna start cloning people and cutting motherfuckers' body parts to add to their own. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, shit, I wouldn't be surprised. They already got the damn, the designer babies. And I don't know how that whole designer baby shit work, but I truly believe that those children cannot have souls. You know what I'm saying?
When my ass finished growing in that lab in 6 years, I'm gonna be the baddest bitch on the planet. Get the fuck, bro.
That's crazy. You know what? And unfortunately, you about right. That's basically what's going on. Yeah. Soylent Green is made from people. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. That's the world we living in. Like, again, we can't get to that. Well, I forgot there's a company that makes flying cars. I seen that shit the other day, but they not in production like we need them, like the Jetsons supposed to be. We over here it's BBLs and shit like that, man. White Persuasion, that is vegan oxtails. So yeah.
Disrespectful. But anyway, Hunter, I'm gonna get on off here.
All right.
I wanna hog up the line like Ricky D did, motherfucker.
Nah, man, you talking about Ricky D. I don't want to hear that shit.
No, I didn't. I let your ass talk longer than I did, nigga. Fuck you mean?
No, you talk more than I did. You talk longer than me.
Honcho, I made a few goddamn statements and you went in elaboration mode, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Nah, the only thing I talked about was trying to take a census. That's it.
That's some bullshit, nigga. That's some bullshit. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get off the line. Let somebody else get on here.
All right, that's a bad thing.
All right, bro.
All right, Trip. Shit, it's about to be midnight. I'm gonna take my ass to bed. So here's the deal. As it is, get a little late. I gotta get up in a little bit and get a couple of. I don't know. Tomorrow we gonna talk about something. I guess I'll do my minute of peace or whatever. Tomorrow, I'm trying to decide if we. I don't think we're not fully back in old Den mode. We getting there. The Denline is seeming back sufficient. You know. Sean was here last night, and I was upset I didn't get a chance. I think she tried to call in, but it was good to see the Sean sighting. We all gonna die. So that was good to see her. But we slowly working away. I don't know. We ain't back to confession levels of Den yet. I don't think we back to talking dirty after dark levels of Den yet. And I'm gonna spend some time tomorrow. I'm gonna tweak it and see what I can see with the Den. But let me see. There's something else I was gonna say. I got a bunch of videos I gotta fucking edit. Yeah. So I gotta get my ass up early and get out early tomorrow. Beef night. Do we have beef right now? No, I've never heard of what's his name? Jadion, and who's Danny Duncan? I need to find some other H-Town YouTubers. Start a panel or the judge lock it down again. We can't have two things at once, right? You got milk, no cereal, no milk, Kool-Aid, no sugar, Denline, no bite. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, we gotta get the beef. Like I was saying, so I think I gotta go on a series of. I don't know. We might have to start catfishing people as a group, right? So for a week or two, we have to all play super nice and friendly with each other in the Den, so a bunch of new people will come in, thinking it's a big friendly place, and then we turn on them. Like 2 weeks later, we just bring a bunch of new people in, and we just turn on them. They get all confused, and then we just and then it just starts up a bunch of beef, and then we got the old Den again, right? We got that old energy going again, right? But yeah, man, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. I gotta get all my little shit together. I appreciate y'all. I do, them folk. Still gotta do my damn push-ups. Fuck it. Coca-Cola soda's invented by mistake here in America. See, that's what I'm saying. We get some old mistaken shit out here, man. We need some old playing shit. But again, like I said, I do want y'all to take care of yourselves. I do want y'all to, wake up tomorrow. Decide when you go to bed tonight, whatever time y'all go to bed. Y'all decide when you go to bed that you're gonna wake up. Have a great day tomorrow. Right? I know it sounds all cheesy and woo-woo. I've been doing some different shit like this last, say like the 5th. It's crazy. 4th or 5th, whatever it is. And I've been doing that, right? I've just been telling myself I got these little affirmation things. Well, not affirmation things, just this little thing I say before I go to sleep and when I first wake up, right? And so tomorrow we might talk about that belief system. I know we hadn't had a conversation about that in a while. But since I've been doing these things, and it's not on some, I'm the most powerful being in the world, I'm a god, I know that weird shit. But it's like, you put that deliberate thought in your mind that you're going to have a good day no matter what. I just still remember from the Chicago migration. um, it's been working, right? And like I said, I ran into, I was just had that, like I said, you know what, I've been approaching people differently. We was talking about earlier, Ricky D called and said just being nicer to people. Every time well, not every time I dash, but often when I dash, it sends me to this wing stop that's not far from where I stay. And I see the same dude. He's always in there working every time, man. I'm just always out here, give me the order. And today I was like, hey, man, how are you doing? How was your day? And he seemed like so shocked that somebody asked. Like, it's always hectic up in there. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, it was good. And I was like, yeah, I never get thigh stop orders. But actually, I'm lying. It did say thigh stop on the order today. And so I was just like, I said, yeah, man, I come in here all the time. And I've never asked how things are going for you, whatever. He just seemed really shocked. The Den, America's News Hate Group, yeah, absolutely. But no, we've been around for a while. we're just still really underground. And I just see his response. He was shocked, like, or whatever. And I said, like I told you, I had an order, and usually I'm in a rush, but I said, I'm gonna start talking to people and trying to do things differently. And like I said, I ran into the geophysicist and just chopped it up and I learned stuff. And he's like, man, hey, if you ever interested, in getting into this field or, or some things, anything, I could help. And he gave me his phone number. Like, ever need some assistance or whatever. And just from a simple conversation. And just thought that was interesting. Just talked to the dude for a couple of minutes, right? And it's pretty crazy. But I've been noticing a difference. Like, and y'all know I used to be den dashing and don't be gay, Ronald. Like I've been den dashing, y'all know I used to be in the thing and I used to be all angry, right? Super angry. Just mad driving. Like for the past month or so, like I said, not just the rap music, but even prior to that, I've minimized my angry dashing. I've not been yelling. I actually had the little one with me today. and when we finished, she was like, it was a good day today. I'm like, no, it wasn't. It was not. I got a bunch of shitty orders. It really weren't that many good ones. But she's like, yeah, but you didn't yell at anybody today. I was like, oh shit, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like usually I'd be like very angry. You know what I mean? But feeling good, feeling great. How are you? Den folk, I'm out. I fucks with y'all. It is an honor. It is a privilege, but more than anything, except for everybody, well, everybody in here except for Ronald Isley. It is my pleasure. Look, here's my deal. Most of the time I would not care. Y'all finna go into my diatribe about that. Most of the time I honestly would not care. I hold the door open for people all the time. And the majority of people say thank you or appreciate it. You get it from time to time where they'll just kind of don't say nothing. But that situation was particularly annoying because, like I said, I had 2 handfuls of shit and I was actually holding them like this. So it was inconvenient the way I'm holding the door open for, basically like with my foot. And like, she looks me up and down while walking in and doesn't say anything. That's what set the trigger off. Like, if she had just walked in and I said, whatever, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But the fact, like, she had you had to be able to look me up and down. You see that I'm, going out of my element to hold this for you. Just let you get hit in the face with the motherfucker. Like, that's what should have happened. But if it would have just been, like I said, regular whatever, I wouldn't have thought twice about, she's very rude. But just the fact, like, you could do all this, can't speak, can't say thank you. How hard is it to say thank you? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. All that good stuff. I'm going to go to bed, kick Scotty along the way, because his bed's in front of the bed, and half the time I don't see him when he's in it, because I'm used to him being under the bed. But hey, it is what it is, Jack. I fucks with y'all, den folk. Y'all are wonderful people, even though everybody else thinks y'all are terrible. I think y'all are amazing. I'm taking my ass to bed, man. Y'all ain't got to go home. Please don't eat vegan oxtails, but y'all got to get the fuck out of the den. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30, somewhere in that time. I'm gonna keep. It's gonna end up getting pushed back. It'll end up being the den at 10 again. Anyway, but I fuck.